Hey everyone, it's Captain McKnight coming back at you with another video. Today we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for almost every gamer out there. Video game addiction. Not in the doom and gloom, games are destroying society kind of way, but in a real honest discussion about why games have this unique power to hook us in and keep us playing. Whether it's binging a new release for 10 hours straight, or staying up way too late on a weeknight chasing one more win, we've all been there. But what is it about games that makes them so addictive? Is it just good design, or is there more going on under the surface? Let's break it down. To understand game addiction, we have to start with one thing: dopamine. Every time you get a headshot, you level up, you find a legendary item, your brain releases this stuff called dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This is the same chemical involved in things like eating junk food, scrolling through social media, or even gambling. It's the brain's way of saying, "Nice job, now do it again." Now, games are masters at building systems that constantly reward us with XP bars, loot boxes, daily quests, achievements. They're basically engineered dopamine machines. But here's the twist. It's not just the reward that hooks us, it's the anticipation of that reward, that feeling of just one more run and I might get that item I need. That suspense, it's more addictive than the prize itself. It's called a variable reward system, borrowed straight from slot machines. You never quite know what you're gonna get, and that unpredictability keeps you coming right on back. There's also a level of escapism that can come with video game addiction. Life is messy, it's stressful, unpredictable, sometimes overwhelming, but in games, there's structure. There's goals, progress, achievements, and best of all, you are the one in control. Not a boss, not a supervisor, it's all on you. When real life gets chaotic, stepping into a game world can feel like regaining power. Whether you're building a village in Minecraft, taking out enemies in Call of Duty, games offer a kind of mastery that real life often doesn't. Plus, unlike the real world, games are fair. You put in effort and you get rewarded. You grind, you level up, you strategize, and you win. There's a cause and effect loop that makes sense. And that kind of order is incredibly satisfying to the human brain. This is why people going through tough times, like depression, anxiety, or loneliness, often turn to games. Not because they're lazy or unmotivated, but because games offer comfort, a digital world where things make sense. I know I personally feel that way. I've been through a lot of dark times in my life, and video games are what got me through them. Especially Dark Souls got me through one of the roughest times of my life. The first time I played those games, it was like a switch turned on in my brain that just gave me purpose. It was so weird, but it was so good feeling, you know? I also think that feeling of social connection can help build video game addiction. Gaming used to be a solo thing, but now it's one of the biggest social platforms in the world. In fact, it's the biggest entertainment industry in the world. From guilds in World of Warcraft to duos in Fortnite, gaming is where friendships are formed, and sometimes even relationships. The thing is, our brains are hardwired for connection. So when you've got a team counting on you, friends messaging you to hop on, the boys, or when it's even just randoms trash-talking you in the lobby, it makes it really hard not to just hit them right back, It's that sense of community, that feeling of belonging to something bigger. That's powerful, especially for people who might feel really isolated in their own lives. Sometimes your online friends know more about you than the people you see every day. The connection is real, and that's why logging off can feel like you're disconnecting from your support system. There's always that moment at the end of the night when, you leave the party, you leave the Discord, and it's just silent. And you just kind of sit there and you're thinking to yourself, now I'm all alone. it kind of sucks, doesn't it? And there's just that feeling of just wanting to be with those people all the time. I think that another thing that doesn't get talked about quite enough is games give us a sense of identity. In a game, you're not just you. You're a sniper, a commander, a survivor, a space pirate, a hero. You can create a character, define your role, and have an impact on the world around you. That's something a lot of people don't get in real life. Maybe their job feels meaningless. I feel that way sometimes. They're not sure what their purpose is, but in a game, you're important. You matter. The world literally does not function without your actions. That validation is addictive. When a game says you did great, it hits a part of us that's often neglected. And the more we chase that feeling, the more we start to need that feeling. So now that we've talked about how we get addicted and the ways that addiction can, spread to us, this is where we talk about when addiction becomes a problem. So let's get real for a second. Not all gaming addiction is harmless. There's a line somewhere between a healthy escape and harmful obsession. When you start to cross that line, games stop being fun and start being a way to avoid your whole life. If you're skipping meals, ignoring relationships, missing work or school, or feeling anxious when you're not playing, that is a red flag, And I say this not to judge, because I've been there. A lot of us have. I've neglected relationships. I've, lost marks in school. I've neglected my family. I've just come home and just immediately gotten on the game, not even talking, skipping family dinners to just eat by myself in front of the screen, and that's not a good thing. Games are powerful, and that power can be amazing, but it's also dangerous if you don't have balance. So to wrap everything up, why do we get addicted to video games? It's because they're designed to keep us coming back. They reward us, they comfort us, they connect us, they let us be someone somewhere doing something that feels meaningful. And honestly, that's not a bad thing until it starts controlling you instead of the other way around. Gaming is one of the most incredible mediums ever created, but like anything powerful, it comes with responsibility. Know yourself, set your limits, and most importantly, make sure you're playing because you want to, not because you need to. You need to go do these dailies. That's not what it's about. You can do dailies because you want to play the game and it's just something to do, but you don't want to just get on because, I don't want to miss out on my dailies. It's not healthy. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, leave a comment and share your experience. I really look forward to reading about it. And if you're still here, you're a real one. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for more deep dives, because this is kind of what I want my channel to go through. I kind of like these talks, I just like reaching out to you guys. It's a great experience for me, and I really appreciate all of you. Stay balanced, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.